East to southeast at 15 to 25 knots over open waters, with the seas running 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. Daytime high in the capital should get up to 82 Fahrenheit or 28 on the Celsius, with the low dipping down tonight to 72 Fahrenheit or 22 on the Celsius scale. Sun will rise at 7:11 a.m. and set this evening at 7:21 p.m. Tide is low will be high at 11:32 a.m., low at 5:42 p.m., high again at 7 minutes past midnight. In your extended forecast, high pressure will remain the dominant weather feature while generating brisk winds across the area through Thursday. Meanwhile, the cold front is expected to migrate into the northwest Bahamas on Friday, followed by a secondary one on Sunday, and should support a nice cool down into early next week. Outlook for Wednesday, weather partly sunny, warm and windy with a chance of a few passing showers. The boat small craft advisory remains in effect. Winds will be east to southeast at 15 to 25 knots over open waters. Seas running 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. Outlook for Thursday, weather partly cloudy, windy and warm with the chance of a few isolated showers. Again, for your boat, a small craft advisory remains in effect. Winds southeast to south at 15 to 25 knots in the northwest Bahamas and east to southeast at 15 to 25 knots in the central and southeast Bahamas. The seas will be running 5 to 8 feet across all areas. That puts a wrap on your forecast. From the Department of Meteorology, I'm Ian McKenzie.
And Ian, thank you so much for that. We do truly appreciate you. The time is now 6:55 in the morning. It's time for your Constitutional Minute. Did you know that according to the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Article 123 in paragraph 3, the Appropriate Service Commission shall not recommend to the Governor General that any award for which a person who holds or has held the office of a Justice of the Supreme Court or Justice of Appeal or Auditor General is eligible shall not be granted, or that any award payable to him shall be withheld, reduced in amount, or suspended on the ground that he has been guilty of misbehavior unless he has been removed from office by reason of such misbehavior. And that was your Constitutional Minute. Bahamians everywhere, know your rights.
One thing there is no debate about is that PTC has the best rates. Now, the best rates just got better because you pay half the price of the other guys with your PTC home internet and mobile services combined. Switching to PTC is a no-brainer.
This is the ZNS Network, providing radio and high-definition television services for the entire Bahamas. ZNS Network is operated by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. It is located at Harcourt Rusty Bethel Drive, Centerville, Nassau. Our programming is designed to inform, educate, and entertain. We invite you to join us.
The following is a preamble of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Whereas 481 years ago, the rediscovery of this family of islands, rocks and keys, heralded the rebirth of the New World. And whereas the people of this family of islands, recognizing that the preservation of their freedom will be guaranteed by a national commitment to self-discipline, industry, loyalty, unity, and an abiding respect for Christian values and the rule of law. Now, know we therefore, we the inheritors of and successors to this family of islands, recognizing the supremacy of God and believing in the fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual, do hereby proclaim in solemn praise the establishment of a free and democratic sovereign nation, founded on spiritual values, and in which no man, woman, or child shall ever be slave or bondsman to anyone, or their labor exploited, or their lives frustrated by deprivation, and do hereby provide by these articles for the indivisible unity and creation under God of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
It's Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, senators begin debate on the mid-year budget performance report. Preparations continue ahead of the royal visit. And literacy at Thelma Gibson Primary seeing some improvements. So let's start the morning off right.
Edition is brought to you by We Buy You Sell Company, your leading hurricane impact windows, doors, and tile specialist.
Don't watch the clock. Do what it does. Keep on going. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning edition. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And as we get set for the royal visit, I'd like for the queen of the set to say my name.
Prince Charles.
Good morning, everybody. Glad to be back in your company this morning, ready for a great show as usual. And you talk about don't watch the clock. That's TikTok, eh?
TikTok. Just
TikTok,
don't watch.
I think I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do a TikTok video today. I know our viewers are looking at this beautiful gift on this desk this morning. No, this is not to give away. This is all courtesy of LMW Studios. That's Lash, Micro Shading, and Waxing. They are our guests in here this morning. They decided to bring LaDawn this beautiful gift of a fruit basket. And they also brought me a happy belated birthday present for me. I'm glad to be back. Had a great
time. You look like you
had a great weekend. Look a day older, but feel a day younger. Everybody treated me well. I'm glad to be back in your company. So let's get things rolling this morning. What else do we have in store for our viewers this morning?
Well, we have some more information on kidney disease. You know, this month is Kidney Month. I see you rocking your pin. Good job. Good job.
Always.
Good job. I lost mine for some reason. But, you know, yeah, we have Nurse Jamie Sayers. She's in the house, and she's going to give us more insight on kidney stones and how we can detect them and the treatment for them. So, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this. Well, let's take it now out to the street where Crystal Darling is standing by with Corporal Kim to get today's traffic out of the way. Good morning, Chrissy.
Good morning, Fisher and LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. Happy belated birthday, Fisher. I'm sure your weekend was amazing. So we're out here on Bay Street. We're in Rawson Square, where traffic is really building up. We know that this area is very busy, especially with buses and pedestrians. This morning, I'm here with Officer Patrick Kemp. Good morning, Officer Kemp.
Good morning, Crystal, and good morning, Bahamas. And happy belated birthday, Fisher.
Okay, so could you talk to us about the transformation of Bay Street and this area in particular in Rawson Square for the royal visit?
Well, just as a reminder for the motoring public, especially for this week, the 25th, Friday, the area of Bay Street will be closed to vehicle traffic. All right, between the hours of 4 a.m. and 1 p.m., there will be no parking in the Bay Street area. Bank Lane to Shirley Street, Frederick Street, Bay Street, there will be absolutely no parking. There are going to be some diversions in place, and I want to say to the motoring public that please exercise some patience during this time. There is going to be some disruption to the flow of traffic. However, there are are going to be some diversions in place, diversions to help you get to your various destinations safely and in a timely manner. So please exercise patience. Don't approach these officers at these junctions and give them a hard time as to where you need to go. You've been warned weeks in advance to prepare for what's happening this week.
Okay, and briefly, before we end right here, could you talk to us about, the history of this and what the police's role has been in the history of these royal visits?
Well, this is an exciting time, and we should be very excited during this time. This is another event for the history books, and obviously we're going to be out in full force to assist that this event has a smooth transition for the royal visit. And again, please conduct yourself in an orderly manner, not to bring any discredit to yourself or to our country. I want to say that to our viewers out there and to motoring public. Also, I want to remind the persons parking in the area of Collins Avenue on the eastern side, Doctors Hospital, that to be mindful that now is going to be an issue. It has been an issue, and you are going to be cited for parking on the Collins Avenue strip, eastern side.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Officer Camp. Back to you in the studio.
Lord Christian, we are waking up to 72 degrees, mostly cloudy, wind east at 8 miles per hour, humidity 73%. Now, a high-pressure system set in northeast of the area will support moderate to fresh winds across the islands, while a stationary front in the vicinity of the central Bahamas continues to dissipate today. For all areas, weather partly cloudy, warm and windy with a chance of a few passing showers, mostly fair and breezy tonight. The daytime high temperature 82 degrees Fahrenheit, overnight low of 70. And as we look ahead to the rest of the week, Wednesday and Thursday, mostly sunny, winds subsiding on Thursday, sunny and windy and humid. Wednesday, 82 in the day, 75 at night, and then on Thursday, 84 in the day, 76 at night. I know you're looking at that Friday, breezy, downpours in the morning when the royal visit is expected to be at its highest. 83 in the day, hopefully that gets out of here soon, 70 at night.
Senators began debate on the mid-year budget performance report in the upper chamber on Monday. Government leader and Minister of Economic Affairs, the Honorable Michael Halkitis, acknowledged the country's increase in government revenues stemming from the elimination of the emergency orders last November.
Shortly after eliminating emergency orders, government tax receipts in December 2021 immediately rebounded to $202.1 million. And that is even higher than the pre-pandemic level. Similarly, in January 2022, government revenue was at $232.1 million, which was in line with the $234 million posted in January of 2020, before the onset of the pandemic.
A group of high school graduates, the newest cohorts for this year's Job Readiness Program, which takes place over the next 9 weeks. The program's aim is to curb the effects of unemployment among the youth. Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, believes these promising youngsters represent the country's shift in youth development.
Over the years, the Division of Youth has strategically developed impactful programs that specifically focus on training youth in areas of foundational and job readiness skills that promote employability. The ministry recognizes how imperative it is for our youth to not have their potential limited by issues such as joblessness, which oftentimes result from a lack of training on how to access the job market. It is a mandate of the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture to continue to provide opportunities for youth to put themselves on the right track through soft skills development and on-the-job training.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness reporting 9 new cases of COVID-19 in its latest release. 8 of the newly infected are from New Providence, all of whom traveled within the past 14 days. The 9th person is from Grand Bahama. Hospitalizations are down to 6, with 1 of those cases in the intensive care unit. There have also been 4 new recoveries. We're still 2 months off from the start of the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season, but officials at the National Emergency Management Agency are already in full preparation mode. NEMA hosting its first basic community emergency response team, training for over 40 volunteers, emergency responders, stakeholders, and residents within the Blue Hill community.
It's a set program is a 20-hour commitment. It educates volunteers about disaster preparedness for hazards that are most likely to occur here in the Bahamas, and promotes the basic disaster response skills developments such as fire and safety, light search and rescue, team organization, and disaster medical operations.
Abaconians continue to enjoy a smooth ride along the Angel Fish Creek Bridge that officially opened on Friday. The government rendered assistance from the United Kingdom-based Aggregate Industries to fully complete the overpass which connects Great and Little Abaco.
Due to the size of the bridge, we determined that to manufacture the bridge in our plant in UK, in Lydney, UK. So we did that. We did this in record time. At the end, we've been basically waiting for the COVID effects to bring back again our supervisor to help to assist during the installation. And at the end, well, everything's gone, and we are happy to be here now and doing this inauguration, this ceremony.
And when we come back, fostering new literacy initiatives. So keep it locked.
We've got to give women an opportunity to lead as well. In my experience, they've been as competent, they have been as invested in their careers and their families. So I'm extremely excited to be leading this. From a Care Bahamas perspective, that restructuring was driven by the level of competence and excellence that we found in so many of our women leaders in our organization. I'm delighted that we're not only the leader enabling connected lifestyles and experiences, but we also have women at the center of everything that we do in our leadership journey.
Major renovations being done as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge will arrive in town on Thursday. Anthony Smith has more on how these works are coming along.
No stone left unturned.
And we've been working all over the weekends just to make sure that we get it on time.
With 3 days to go till the much talked about royal visit, Ministry of Works crews are putting on the finishing touches, working overtime to ensure not one thing is out of place.
We are on our last leg, and we had quite a different areas that we have to work on, and this is one of them. This is where the ceremony is going to be.
Crews for the past 3 days placing extra emphasis on the cenotaph. It's the site where the Duke and Duchess will meet frontline workers. To prepare, teams have paved, painted, and renovated surrounding areas, but their scope of works don't just stop there. Their tasks ranging from banners hung at roundabouts in the west to works done at Montague in the east.
And then we are not completed all this yet because now we were told over the weekend that we're going to have tents out there with foods and stuff. So now we have to run water lines and electricity on Montague Beach, where the Duke and Duchess will be sitting.
The question on everyone's minds, though, just how will they get it all done?
Montague is 95% completed. The cenotaph right now, because of the request that we had over the weekend, we backed about 90% completed, right? And hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday, we are out of here.
Well, according to Ministry of Works officials, teams are also in the process of wrapping up works on the island of Abaco and Grand Bahama.
Well, we continue our live series educating Bahamians about kidney disease and its impact on the human body. And this morning, we're joined by nurse Jamie Sears. Jamie, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Thank you, LaDawn.
So, Nurse Sears, we have spoken a lot about kidney disease, but many want to know what is kidney stones and how does one know what they have or if they have it?
Kidney stones are crystals that form within the kidney or the ureters of the kidney that actually are painful. And the way you know that you have it is you may suddenly wake up with excruciating pain. Some describe it as worse than having a baby. So if you have kidney stones, you will soon find out.
And what are some of the signs and treatment, and is surgery actually recommended for kidney stones?
The signs and symptoms of kidney stones are fever, chills, blood in the urine, excruciating pain. So the surgery that you can have, the things that you can do to find out if you have kidney stones are ultrasounds, x-rays. Those are the things that you do if you want to find out if you have kidney stones.
And if you don't want to have surgery, is treatment, what types of treatment can you say you suggest?
There's a treatment that you can use to treat kidney stones that send shock waves to the kidney stones that break them up, and they actually pass through the urine.
And what are some of the trends you've been able to see in the Bahamas when it comes to kidney stones and the failure of the kidneys?
The failure of the kidney is, I've noticed that persons that they usually say that you get kidney failure between the ages of 35 and 65. But I've noticed as of late that those ages have reduced tremendously. So persons are coming in at ages 20s, some teens. So those are the trends that I've noticed.
And any advice you want to give to Bahamians as you guys continue to educate and provide more information on kidney failure this month?
Live a healthy lifestyle. Go and see your doctor. Make a visit to see your doctor at least twice a year. If you know you have a strong family history of kidney disease, go and get tested. Don't wait until you see signs and symptoms to be treated. Live a healthy lifestyle. Exercise. Drink a lot of water. Take your medications. Meals. Take your blood pressure medications. So those are some of the things that I would recommend to prevent kidney disease.
Nurse Jamie Sears, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition and providing that information for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, LaDawn.
Teachers at the Thelma Gibson Primary School fostering new literacy initiatives to reel in more students to the world of reading while comprehension and writing are still on the weaker scales. Literacy coordinator Indira Williams says the new initiatives currently implemented are working.
Some of the things that we have done here would have been a literacy readathon, literacy week, and many other things to foster students in learning, especially in the aspect of reading. So yes, this is also another wonderful initiative that the students have, taken full advantage of. We, of course, have students that struggle in reading, and this is why this initiative is so good, because now those students that struggle in reading, they can see that reading has such a greater purpose.
Now we know about track and field, baseball, softball, soccer, and swimming, some of the most popular sports played here in this country by youngsters. But 16-year-old LaRon Rule, a 12th grade student at St. John's, is making a name for himself in a sport many may not know about.
I always wanted to try archery because it looked interesting. It was different. And a few months ago, my mother found a website where people did archery sessions. And I did a few using a recurve bow. And then her name was Miss Gina, and she introduced me to Coach David Ramey, who then introduced me to the compound bow, and that's what I've been using ever since.
Having just learned the game a few months ago, he recently represented the Bahamas at the World Archery Ranking Competition and CAC qualifier in Puerto Rico.
It felt great representing the Bahamas on an international level. I didn't know what to expect, but I know that I would do my best. Once I got there, I realized that I didn't have everything that I needed to perform at my best. And there were so many archers that it was overwhelming. I was a bit nervous at first. But when I stood on the line and shot my first arrow, I was able to sell myself and compete. I shot against the very best from around the world. I was proud of my performance. Several coaches from countries including Colombia, the US, El Salvador, and Mexico, also Guadeloupe, and some officials and athletes from other countries were pleased with my performance. They were also surprised at my age, and I've been shooting for 7 months and they didn't expect me to be here, be their student. When I came in, I was ranked at 33, and after a few rounds and some elimination rounds, I ended up being ranked at 17th for that tournament.
So what's ahead for the youngster?
The Gator Cup in Florida that I'm looking forward to. Also, Canada in June is the Junior Pan American Games, and September is Santo Domingo, which is another qualifier for the CAC Games. I'm really looking forward to all of these events so that I can get more exposure and get used to shooting an international tournament.
And as we head to the break, we take a look back at today in Bahamian history. On March 22nd, 1930, the man described as the father of the nation, the Right Honorable Sir Lyndon Pendling, was born. Also on this day in 1966, work began on the $1.5 million Paradise Island Bridge.
Blue Waters Shipping and Delivery Service. They are fast and efficient. They bring the ease of shopping to your fingertips. Free delivery and no dimensional weight charge. They're also offering 25% sign-up discount for the first 6 months. Make sure to give Blue Waters a call today at 1-242-803-5604. Visit their website today at bwshipping242.com. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Ordinary People is back with a new season. Join us on the ZNS Network.
Anybody drugs or more? Not New York's bestsellers, the hood's bestseller.
I like that. Coming soon.
People are only going to say yes or no. And if they say no, keep on trying until you get a yes.
Ordinary People.
For as long as we've been a country, these islands have been a favorite for royalty. And for as long as the royals have adored us as a people, we've always been hospitable and gracious hosts. From a colony to a nation, now on the cusps of its golden anniversary, these shores have celebrated royal visits with class and dignity that is wholly Bahamian. As Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth celebrates her platinum anniversary on the throne, the islands of the Bahamas welcomes the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge on this, their first visit to the country. Our coverage starts Thursday, March 24th at 4 p.m. and continues through their departure Saturday, March 26th. The ZNS Network, your home for the royal visit. William and Kate.
Well, this is my favorite segment. It's time to get beautiful. This morning, we're joining the full rundown on lashes and brows. Joining us live in studio is Ebony Bland Bethel. Ebony, welcome to the morning edition.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
So, Ebony, first off, tell us a little bit about what you do and how you got into the industry.
Well, I am a licensed massage therapist. I'm also a licensed esthetician. I'm a lash extensionist. I also do microblading, micro shading. I've been in the business almost 10 years.
And some may not believe it, but this industry, training is actually a key component of this industry. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I went to school to learn a little bit of everything. I originally was a massage therapist first, and then I decided I wanted to do lashes. So I had to go back to school first to be an esthetician in order to be a lash extensionist.
So I want you to get right to it. Show us a little bit about what do you do on your first model. Show us some brows.
I have 3 models here. My first model is Sasha. She works at Wax Me. She has her own salon as well. I put on her Siberian mink on her top, and on her bottom, she has a glam bottom lash. So this lash is a very thin, very fluffy type of lash, and it's a very natural, beautiful lash. You have to have a straight type of lash in order to add this type of lash to your face, but I have a lot of clients who love the look of Siberian mink. I'm gonna open your eye a little bit. Yeah, so you can see her top part of her lash is very, very fluffy, and then she has a glam bottom on.
How long does it take for you to put the lashes on?
It takes me about 90 minutes to apply the lashes to each lady.
Do they hurt? Because they look a lot longer than the usual ones.
No, they do not hurt, not one bit. When you get up, you look beautiful, you look refreshed, and you end up loving the look. And then within a 2 to 3 week period, you come back for a touch-up.
Okay, so you can go to the next model. Show us the next. What do you have to offer for the next model?
My next model is Lauren. Lauren has on a C lash. It is very dramatic. It's for a person who wants to be very seen when you come upon the actual party scene. And she has on a natural bottoms on her eyes.
Okay, go to the next one, the next model.
This is my lady, Miss Avis. Miss Avis has on my ombre brows as well. She has on my lashes. This curl is called a Venus curl, and she has on a glam bottom as well. So I'm doing both lashes and ombre brows. So she has a nice arch, is like what she liked, and it fits her chocolate frame very well. And she is one of my models who want a little bit of both.
So how can, I guess, ladies like me, how can we, I guess, reach out to you or get to you or find you?
LMWstudios.com, or they can go on my Instagram page at TheLashQueen242.
And which lash can you say is the most popular ones that your clients have been coming in to get?
Siberian mink is the most popular because some people love the natural look of just looking very natural.
And how are you ladies? Tell me how do you feel, how those lashes feeling?
Really natural. Yeah.
Really, really natural. All right, ladies.
Less time getting ready.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and all the best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Visit Home Care and Electrical and Home Decor, your one-stop shop on Joe Farrington Road, just west of the traffic light. We carry a full line of electrical and plumbing supplies, a huge stock of appliances upstairs, refrigerators, stoves, freezers, washers, dryers, plus we have all the household items you need. Right next door, you'll find Andros Beauty Supply for all your health and beauty needs, from hair colors, facial creams and soaps, to weaves and caps and so much more. Home Care and Electrical and Home Decor and Andros Beauty Supply, all in one building, Joe Farrington Road, open every day, including Sunday.
At Home Care, we guarantee you the best prices in the Bahamas.
We're headed on the road, and we want you to join us for live coverage from Baha-Mar on March 25th at 7 and 11 p.m. for a special edition of the Bahamas Tonight, The Royal Visit.
For as long as we've been a country, these islands have been a favorite for royalty. And for as long as the royals have adored us as a people, we've always been hospitable and gracious hosts. From a colony to a nation, now on the cusps of its golden anniversary, these shores have celebrated royal visits with class and dignity that is wholly Bahamian. As Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth celebrates her platinum anniversary on the throne, the islands of the Bahamas welcomes the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge on this, their first visit to the country. Our coverage starts Thursday, March 24th at 4 p.m. and continues through their departure Saturday, March 26th. The ZNS Network, your home for the royal visit. William and Kate.
Well, for the very first time, the artwork of a Bahamian woman will be fully featured throughout the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas. What even more interesting is her style. And this morning, Krista Darling tells us more about these unique sculptures and the innovator behind them all.
For over 30 years, 3D artist Kendra Forup, aka The Whimsical Collector, has poured out her heart and soul into the industry. This week, as she prepares for her over 80-piece exhibition at the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas, she says she's looking forward to the audience interacting with her non-conventional displays.
3D artwork is work that when you walk around it, you can see something interesting, or I teach that you can see something interesting or experience something interesting in the round from every angle. So when I create my work, I like to create that same experience. I print. I strongly believe in process, and so I print also. So if you look at the work, you'll realize that there's a 3D element to it, and that's because I just can't keep my hands off three-dimensional art.
Printing and encasing are a part of the process for some of her artwork, but as an interdisciplinary artist, Forup does much more than simply incorporate her signature hands and fruit into her sculptures. Rather, no material is off limits.
In printing, the element that I add to my work is the hanging inside, outside experience of the picture plane. I want you to not be stopped by the frame, but I want the frame to become a part of the work itself. And so I'd like to think of it as a sculptural element. And so I'm very playful. I like to create magic. Art is magic sometimes. And so it's my way of creating magic to the work. I want the viewer to walk away and think, how'd that happen? How'd she do that?
And curator Averia Wright is hoping exhibition visitors understand the artist's style and humor.
The idea is for you to get to know Kendra a little bit better. And having the body of work here as one kind of piece, it helps you to kind of get a peek into the window of who she is and how her humor works, the things that she collects, and the people that affect her and why she's doing what she's doing.
National Art Gallery Executive Director Dr. Douglas Barkley deems this exhibition particularly unique as it is the first time the gallery has dedicated the entire space to a retrospective done by a Bahamian woman artist.
Her work installs in such interesting ways, right? It responds to the space in a way that is very customized. When people come here, it's a fun show to see. It's a fun show for the family to come see because there's so many interesting little intersections of the elements that she collects and then brings together. I think that's the key thing about her artwork is bringing together these disparate elements into something that makes sense, and that's kind of fun to see. They're kind of these interesting juxtapositions that are whimsical, as she said in her title of her show.
Fisher, I love that jewelry box artwork. I love the ballerina
Quite
circling
a unique
around.
show today.
Yes.
Learn something new with these lashes. A very profitable business. I think I may go back to school to learn how to do some lashes. For an hour and a half just to put on lashes. Wow.
Yes, we gotta get beautiful. That's what we have to do.
But if you girls gossip a lot in the studio, so that should pass time quick as possible. Be sure to stay tuned into the ZNS Network for news as it happens, TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into the Northern Edition at 6:30 and the Bahamas tonight at 7 o'clock.
And beauty is costly. And that ends it for us this morning. For all of us.
Make it a great day, everybody.
Have a great morning, everybody.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Hello and welcome to the start of the second season of My Child and I, where we get together every week to look at how can we better raise this region's children. And during our season break, we heard from some parents via the Facebook and on the website, and it's clear that it's time to talk about our children. In this first episode, we're going to look at something that has become a difficulty for parents and children, and that's the transition from primary to secondary school. So stay with us. My Child and I continues in a moment.
You wouldn't drive a car with only 3 wheels, nor would you build your house on shaky ground. Then let's not treat our children any different.